We're starting. Phone is all silenced. I'm going to put it away. Today, we're going to talk more about why we find it difficult to start. We're going to go over the top 10 reasons why we have challenges when it comes to starting something new. I know I find it really difficult, and I resonated with all of these top 10 topics. People often hesitate to start new projects or endeavors for various reasons. To get right to it, I'm just going to list the top 10. Number 1, fear of failure. Number 2, lack of confidence. Number 3, procrastination. Number 4, lack of resources. Number 5, feeling overwhelmed. Number 6, uncertainty. Number 7, professionalism. Number 8, fear of judgment. Number 9, comfort zone. And number 10, lack of motivation or interest. Many people fear the consequences of failure, worrying about how it will affect their self-esteem, reputation, or financial security. I know for me, fear of failure is real. It can just paralyze you. It's like the kid just jumping into the pool. You see the fall. That's all you're seeing is the fall, not that there may be any reward at the end of it. So as an adult, that voice in your head, just go for it. You trust in that. You trust in your own preparation and planning and all that other stuff. Try to just break through that fear. Number 2, lack of confidence, doubting your skills, your abilities that you have in order to succeed. Starting my business in photography, I had been doing photography since I was a teenager, but starting a business I had no skills at. There's a certain, there's that arc that people, or that learning curve that people go on. There's a bit where you start off, you learn a little bit of knowledge, and then you're so confident you think you know everything. And then you learn a bit more and you think you know nothing, and then till you really start to learn after years. To start something, don't listen to that voice, that negative voice that we all have inside ourselves that says no. Just break through it. Don't allow that lack of confidence to hinder you starting. There's the classic saying that every 1,000-mile march begins with just one step. And it's so true. Number 3, procrastination. Putting things off can become a habit. Yes, it can. I am the master of procrastination. It is so amazing how my head just thinks, yeah, I'll get it done tomorrow. The trouble with tomorrow is that it really never comes. Tomorrow is always tomorrow. First of all, you got to recognize that you're a procrastinator. Once you recognize that, then you can start taking steps to just get things done. At the end of the video, I'm just going to talk to you about my mental tricks I play with myself to get started when I have to do an open water swim up in Gull Park in Foster City that I am not looking forward to. I just do some simple mental tricks that just help me get in the water. We'll talk about that at the end. Number 4 is lack of resources. This one ties into some of the other ones coming up later. Look at the resources that you currently have. A lot of times we tend to ignore or not see what's right in front of us, the resources we currently have and are available to us. Take what you've got, the iPhone in your pocket, go out and start shooting. Look around at the resources that are right in front of you, see them and take advantage of them and go from there. Being overwhelmed is common. I remember when I started running, I did a couple of miles and then I signed up for a marathon with Team and Training. I signed up for a 26.2 mile run, and the longest run I'd done was 2 miles. When I would focus on the 26.2 miles, I remember being completely overwhelmed. Uncertainty. Just not knowing the right path to take, or having a plan, or being unsure of what to do, or what's the first step to take. That's common, but we're living in now a time where there is information at our fingertips. We can find out anything. If you want to run a marathon, how do you start a business? We are blessed with having information at our fingertips so that we can start anything and remove that uncertainty. The next one, perfectionism. This can be a blocker. I know for myself, I always want it to be perfect before you start. And what I've learned along the way is that it's more important to start. Nobody is perfect. They're just at different levels of perfection. What's really interesting about YouTube is that if you go back and look at your favorite YouTuber, you go back and look at their first videos and you'll be surprised at how amazingly better they are today than they were a year ago, 5 years ago, 10 years ago. This is video number 3. So I'm living I'm practicing what I'm preaching. I'm just going to put these videos out, and over the year, I hope to get better at it and not worry about how bad I am. A perfectionist is where I strive to be, but I'm not going to allow that to hold me back. Number 8 was fear of judgment. This is real again. All these 10 things that are blockers for just starting anything, they're real. Starting a channel, just putting yourself on video, talking, putting your ideas and thoughts and feelings out there to the world to judge you. Absolutely, there's fear to that. Again, you just got to step aside and realize that really no one cares about what you're doing. You just got to jump through it and not allow it to overcome and overwhelm you. Just literally take it, embrace the fear, but still walk through it. Number 9 is comfort zone. This again and is something that is very common. Stepping outside of that comfort bubble is difficult. Stepping outside of your comfort zone is how you grow, right? So learning something new, you have to step outside your comfort zone, because learning something you don't know is by just its nature uncomfortable. And just embrace it. Just understand that is all part of it. The final one, number 10, lack of motivation or interest, which seems like, well, why would you be starting something if you weren't interested or if you didn't have a motivation to do it? What happens is that you get an idea, you get a spark of motivation. You think, okay, I'm going to start, and in the new year, I'm going to run that marathon. Well, when the initial buzz of that wears off, there's a struggle. You have to find it in yourself. What was it that put that idea in my head in the first place? Do I have a secret desire or wish or passion to run a marathon? A lot of times, the lack of motivation or interest to start something is just that you didn't have a clear understanding of what it is or the why that you were beginning in the first place. For example, when I did the marathon, I had that initial blast. Yeah, I'm going to get fit. I'm going to run a marathon. And that initial excitement doesn't last that long. It goes away on a Saturday morning when it's cold outside and raining and winter and you have to go run and train. It's like, maybe I could stay in bed. But understanding why, and for me, there was those whys. It was the feel good of getting out and being fit and being healthy. So that was the selfish desire. But then the altruistic portion of that was the fundraising and the work we were doing for the Leukemia Society and helping fight cancer. So that was a strong motivator that gets you up and starting the training and continuing it. So fully understanding the why is a big way that you can prevent that lack of interest, or at least get over it and move past it and be engaged and motivated for the project that you're starting. So at the beginning of the video, I mentioned that I would share with you some of my personal tricks for getting me to start something that I may not want to start. Every time I need to go for a swim at Gull Park in Foster City, I'm not always up for it. So it's hard to motivate yourself to get off the couch and get ready to go. So I have a little mental trick mind game that I play with myself, and it works. Here's what I do. I just tell myself that all I have to do, I don't have to go swimming. All I got to do is put my gear in the bag and pack it away. My wetsuit, my goggles, my cap, my nutrition, my Garmin watch. That's it. All I got to do is that. That's simple. So I can do that. Okay, off the couch, off I go. And then I just say, listen, all you got to do is get into the car, and so on. To when I get to Gull Park and just get to the bench, all you got to do is put the wetsuit on. You do not have to go swimming. No way. It's okay. No swimming involved. And then you get the wetsuit on, goggles, swim cap, and make your way to the shoreline. And that's when you just say to yourself, okay, well, I'm here. I got a wetsuit on. I got a swim cap. I got my goggles. I got my Garmin watch on. I might as well just go for the swim. And that's it, folks. It is a mind game. It does work for me. It gets me out of that. It kind of lets me off the hook. I don't have to go swimming. I've broken it down into some simple steps. I know I got to go swimming, but just telling yourself those little things, breaking it up, for me, it works, may work for you. Let us know in the comments. If you liked the video, just check the like button, and I'd love if you could subscribe. And then there's this notification bell thing that if you click that, you will get notified when we release a new video. I say we, this is I. I'll be releasing videos weekly on Wednesday in the topic of starting. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next week.